Okay. I kid you not, and I actually timed this. And you can see from the video that I posted last night that there are, at least right now, 500, basically 600 comments. I worked with only a 20-minute break, non-stop, looking at all the pictures on last night's photo contest, the new one for the camera bag. I worked non-stop from 11 a.m. until just right before 8 p.m. answering comments. And wow, I mean, I feel so drained. I mean, it was a pleasure seeing so many beautiful photographs. But when I made that video last night, the postings, the links to the pictures, it just went wow. They just rolled in. I woke up and I was like, oh my God. It can't be me. It must be everybody wants a camel leather bag, you know? And I didn't go to bed till like 5 o'clock in the morning, so I didn't get up till like 10:30. And so someone had spammed everybody with basically the same negative comment about their picture, and that pissed me off so much. I mean, I was so mad. I mean, I was just ready to spit blood. I was so upset. And I'm sorry that happened to you all, but I was asleep when that person did that. And that was extremely upsetting, and that won't happen again, not from that particular individual. So that was very upsetting. I mean, it's just like someone's trying to deliberately destroy my contest. It's like, I spent 8 hours today looking at and commenting on all these pictures, and I'm, giving away a bag that I don't get for free, and then I have to ship it to somebody, and then someone comes along in the middle of the night, and then, while I'm sleeping or early in the morning while I'm still asleep, and posts all these things. Just all these. This basically was the same comment over and over and over again. There was like something like, "Your picture sucks. You'll never win." I was like, man, that really burns my ass right into the dirt. That's just so crude and so base, and that's just, no, 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 no. I'm sorry, I had to get that off my chest. That ticked me. That ticked me kind of to no end. It's like you don't even know. I mean, there's a lot of people emailed me, and I was like, I didn't go to bed till 5:30 in the morning, so I got up late. I had no idea what was going on. I can't be awake 24 hours a day. Anyway, I want to get to these two pictures, and I asked the permission of both these people, and they said I could use these pictures in a video as a demonstration. And I'll give you the links to their beautiful pictures below. And this is kind of a thing that we don't see. We don't see this much in photography. Most people don't buy photography magazines anymore. But we think everything has to be in focus. And I talked about this a couple days ago, this photo. We think everything has to be in focus, or everything has to be. It's like, well, what about the high ISO performance? Well, what are you going for? Some of the most beautiful shots I've ever seen in my life were grainy as a hell. There is a principle that the ancient Greeks understood, that us stupid humans, humanity has de-evolved. We're intellectually more intelligent, but wisdom-wise we're a lot stupider. It's like, well, we've got supercomputers and we can launch stuff into outer space, but ultimately we're all kind of mentally retarded compared to our ancestors. If we look back at the pyramids and we go, damn, aliens must have done it. Couldn't have been humans, That's how stupid we are. But anyway, understanding that absence is as much as presence. There are two things that paint a photograph. One is light and what is captured, obviously, blah, blah, blah. We know about that. The other thing that actually paints a photograph is what is not present. And this is the same thing I've talked about before. Why is if you have the exact same model, say some drop-dead gorgeous chick, and in one picture, I know this is kind of a hyperbolic example, one picture she's in a tasteful Playboy picture. Let's assume it was done right. This is a radical example. It's like, well, that's classy and nice. And then you have another shot that's in a hardcore, dirty magazine, for example. It's the exact same model, but it's like that's everything's illuminated. Don't need to see that. Don't want to see that. Yeah, I've seen one of those before. Don't want to see that. You know, obviously the lighting is good and, you know, it's perfectly exposed, but don't want to see that. There ain't nothing left of the imagination. There's a few years ago when a person made it was a magician, an illusionist, they're not real magicians, made this series revealing all the tricks of the illusionists. And man, the illusionists, the other illusionists were pissed off. And as much as people said they would wanted to know how those illusions were done, they really don't. Because there's nothing that pisses off the audience members more than a magician seeing a magician and then them showing them how the trick works. Wonder in the mind is actually a far more powerful camera than the eyeballs and actually seeing. This shot is as grainy as hell, but I don't mean that in a bad way. This shot is gorgeous. People are like, well, what about high ISO performance? I don't care, you know, this shot deserves a lot of grain. I mean, there's a lot of it that's completely outside of the dynamic range of the camera. It could have been brought up in the RAW, maybe. I don't know what it was shot with. I mean, it says down here below. Okay, it was shot with a Noritsu. Doesn't matter. It doesn't damn matter. What is not there, the camera in your brain will paint the rest. The mystery will be made. You know, even if this shot was 50% grainier and 20% darker, like a complete, you know, why the hell does a poem have to be long? You know, if your notion, if you think that a picture is only gorgeous if the exposure's right, there's not much grain and the dynamic, you know, screw that crap. I mean, are you stupid? There's a lot of people out there that think that. That's like saying a poem is only good if it's really big and long. Some of those beautiful poems are like 2 sentences or less. If it is complete in and of itself, you know, there are some cars, like when cars first came out, they were so damn simple you could teach a cross-eyed dumbass how to fix them. When Henry Ford's cars rolled off, it's like, there's the engine, and there's nothing under the hood, man. I mean, you know, you could teach a monkey how to fix it. You know, you could hire, you know, any cross-eyed goober, you know, and give him a wrench in one hand and a screwdriver in the other, and you can fix your car. Now you got to be a computer technician. You could have 10,000 instruments to fix a damn car. The photography is the same way. You know, if it is complete in and of itself, then it is complete. If it makes the expression that you intend, or if it moves people, there's 3 different types of photographs, and I've talked about this before. I'll talk about it later. Yeah, believe it or not, I actually have an extremely intense education in art theory. Believe it or not, yeah. I don't talk about it much, but I do. So much so that the supreme master of the entire world, and that's saying a lot, Dr. A.K. Kumaraswamy, who knew 27 languages and wrote over 56 books and thousands of articles on art theory, I am the heir to his works. His son, Ramapi Kumaraswamy, liked me so much that he says, you have the rights to all my father's works as long as you never sell them and you only give them away. I have those rights to the best written works that I've ever read in my life, and I've read them all. I mean, I haven't read them all, but I mean, I've perused the best of them. By Dr. A.K. Kumaraswamy. So I know a little bit about art theory, and by a little bit I mean a lot. This is a complete poem in of itself. I don't care if it's grainy. I don't care if most of it's black. It is complete. It's just like Henry Ford's Model T. Like I said, you could teach a moron with a monkey wrench how to fix it. It's complete. It doesn't have to be. Okay, I've already nailed that. I've already beat that horse with a stick, right? Let's go on to the next one here. I have both the permission of both of these photographers. Now here's a shot you tell somebody, I got this picture, it's awesome. It's like, yeah, what is about the picture? Well, before I show it to you, I got to tell you that ain't nothing in this picture, it's in focus. It's like, what? Yeah, everything in this picture is blurry. You'd be like, well, you know, nobody wants a picture like that. Oh, really? Some of the most famous war photographs, I mean, they're blurry as hell. You know, bullets are whizzing over the head of the photographer, and he just reached a click. He captured the moment. It's like, oh, shit. Now, there's a picture that is going to last for all eternity. I'm not saying that this is on that level, but this is that type of photo. And there's nothing in here that's in focus. Everything is blurry. There's just enough sharpness of this poor mouse, and he's got his little hand up. He knows he's about to die. You know, it's just Mother Nature, okay? You know? Cats eat mice, blah, blah, blah. We know that, right? It's like, oh, poor mouse. Yeah, okay, whatever. That's Mother Nature in action. This mouse is the axis point of a wheel that is turning. That turning wheel, the action is the cat, obviously. The axle point is the death and the impending doom. The perfectly captured moment, the perfect poem of this cat attacking the... screw it. This, to me, is a picture that I would want framed hanging on my wall. It evokes, it moves, it's a prime mover. There's nothing in this picture that's in focus. Even the mouse is barely... You know what the hell it is? The cat's totally out of focus because he's moving and pouncing. The poor mouse is right at the center there, so there's not much movement going on. The mouse ain't moving that much because the mouse is pinned. He's about to get chomped or, chomped or worse. Beautiful photograph. It's a complete in and of itself. It's like a war photograph, photojournalistic war, except it's on the level of Mother Nature. I've seen a few shots, and I used to love National Geographic. National Geographic is still kind of okay, but I grew up on studying National Geographic photos and other photographs, and I've even got still in the basement a National Geographic collection, dating all the way the hell back to the early 1950s. Because basically everybody and their brother was giving away free National Geographic, so I collected all the ones I used to look through. And there's some pictures in there like that are just, there's nothing in focus. It's like, what, really? Yeah. What's wrong with it? Kiss my butt with the virtual megapixels. Kiss my butt with the high megapixel camera. Kiss my butt. This is an art form, damn it. It is, it's like, well, that picture is grainy, it's out of focus too, and it's blurry. So what? If it moves somebody and they want a print of it and they want to buy the print and it speaks for itself, kind of like here's a fact. There are certain things that move people. Everybody would rather love to sniff a gigantic bouquet of roses like, exquisite perfection. It moves you, right? It's like, well, okay, that's just what you love. But that isn't life, bitch. If I take a stinky old fish that's been rotting in the sun for 5 days, and I take it, and it's a big old fish too, and I wallop you upside the side of your damn head with a stinky dead fish, and you're like, oh crap. That's kind of what this photograph is, not literally. That's life. I'm sorry. It's blurry, it's fast, it hits you in the face, and it influenced you. So why the hell does everybody think that a photography has to be a bouquet of... my God, that picture is gorgeous, man. She's sexy, and check out her waxed legs, and that bikini, and the perfect lighting. Oh yeah, well, ain't that nice? That's Candyland. Wake up to reality, bitch. And reality is that life is full of a lot of rotting dead fish. And if a photograph moves you, and it's powerful, there are different forms of power. There's the kind of power that you want to come to, and there's the kind of power that is part of reality. It's kind of like, you're going to pay taxes and die, bitch. I'm going to tell you that right now. You're going to suffer, you're going to pay taxes, and you are going to die. That's just an absolute hardcore reality of life. And photography is supposed to be a mimesis. You need to look up that Greek term, mimesis. The mimesis of the eidos, actually, but you don't want to go that far into ancient Greek philosophical lexicon, probably. Life's got a lot of dead fishes in it, and it don't have as many... It's got a lot more dead fishes in it than it's got bouquets of roses. And this shot is the tits. And you would never consider... what do you mean it's a great shot and it's all out of focus? What the hell are you smoking? No, you don't understand what the hell photography is, damn it. You don't have the first clue. Well, it's only got so many virtual megapixels. I love the guys talk about virtual perceptual megapixels and talking about the math. It's like, are you kidding me? You can imagine some Peckerwood in an art gallery whipping out his calculator and the slide rule to examine a Picasso painting. Just imagine that. Imagine a dweeb in an art gallery whipping out his calculator to examine a Picasso painting. Anybody with 2 brain cells would step back and go, kiss my ass. What the hell is wrong with that idiot? Tell me I'm wrong. Tell me I'm wrong. Go ahead and tell me. Tell it to me right to my face that I'm wrong. No. Bye.